Hello and welcome back to my channel, Casablanca Cargo. This is Kathy and this is Santa's Workshop Saturdays. So during the month of November, although I'm starting in October, at the end of October, but during the month of November, I'm going to be working on Christmas gifts. What you'll need for this project is a composition notebook, some Starbucks coffee sleeves or some corrugated cardboard, a sandpaper, gritty rough sandpaper, some school glue, glue stick, Mod Podge. Let's see what else oh, scrapbook paper cut into strips, 1.5 inch strips and folded, and some art glitter glue. All right, we're going to work on the composition notebook. First, I'm going to sand the cover, rough it up. In the back, I'm going to use school glue. You can use spray adhesive, you can use glue stick, you can use you know, whatever you're comfortable with using, but I'm going to use just regular school glue, and I put it into a jar and use a brush because it's easier for me that way. Okay, I'm going to find the middle, which is easy to do. It's the one with the stitching. And so what I'm going to do is put a piece of this is the 2 layers that come off when you decoupage with a napkin. So what I'm going to do is trim it take the layers apart. So you just need one layer. And I'm going to put it in where the stitching is. And I'm just going to glue it in with regular school glue. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more. This will secure the stitches so that as we go, it'll help to keep the book from falling apart. And I'm just going to trim one end. Okay, so I've got my white school glue, just a little bit on the end, go into the stitching, and lay the napkin in there as best I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to secure the binding and the stitching. We're going to let that dry and we'll come back. And I'm going to take the sandpaper a little bit and just get some of this excess off of here because we just really need it down on the spine. Just want it on the stitching. Okay, I'm going to do 3 pages at a time. Strips inches, 1.5 inches, and then they're scored at the 3/4 of an inch line. And what I do is I turn this little gizmo over and score it up the middle, and then fold it and burnish it. And I have 20 of these. composition. Here's the composition notebook. And I've had a heavy book on it overnight, so it's not, you know, gator mouthing too much at this point. So I'm going to trim off the scrapbook paper, which I used instead of washi tape because I don't have any Christmas washi tape. Let me cut off these edges. Okay, so at this point you can use this as decorate it. You can use it as a daily journal, daily planner, daily diary, you know, for the month, or at least up until December 25th. You can write in it, you can put you know, stickers in, you can tuck things in here, Christmas cards, that type of thing you can use it for. But I am going to use this for something else, for two Christmas gifts, and I'm going to cut it in half. But before I do that, I do want to, I'm going to turn it sideways because I'm going to change the direction of the paper. Is going to come this way, and I will finish off the cover later, but that's not for today. Okay, so I have been collecting Christmas and winter themed magazine images and catalog images. And so what I'm looking for right now is things that are going to go, this is going to be split in two. So if it goes across, instead of going this way, it's going to go this way. So those type of things that can go across two sections and then be, you know, cut in half. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to leave this blank. This is my first page, my title page, introduction page. And I'm only going to do it on the front side of the papers, and I'm not going to do anything on the pages that I've left without a strip. I did that because once I cut this in half, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and do a decorative stitching around the edges, and I'm going to use these pages for you know, different purposes. So I will speed up this part. I've got some, let's see if I can get this sticker off. I have some, instead of fussy cutting and all that kind of stuff, it takes a lot of time. I'm going to use these. They're from the Creative Memories collection. They're antique. They're called antique, and that's the cut edge. And I'm going to just faux fussy cut them. it. So I'm going to flip it this way so you can look. We have arrived at the time of the big chop. Okay, so I am going to use Fiskars Power Cut. I got these for my wedding anniversary. Thank you very much, dear. And instead of taking my journal, my composition book, to an office store and have them cut it with their machine, you can do that. You pay $1 or $2 and they will, you know, cut it in half for you. Well, I'm just gonna try it here and see how this works out. I've not done this before. This is the first time I'm doing this, and of course I'm a bit nervous about it. So let me find the middle. It's a little more than 9.5, but we're going to call it 9.5. Okay, I'm going to go with 9.5. Half of that is 4 3/4. So the middle is, oh good, right on a line. That's great. Hey, yay! Now, these scissors I'm going to use for the cover, but for just cutting the paper, I'm going to use my finger blade and a ruler and scissors, and whatever gets me to the end of this and cutting this in half. Fiskars finger blade. As I'll say a silent prayer as I go in. Yay! Hey! It worked! It worked! So, yay, it worked. I took one composition notebook, split them in half. How cool is that? It's going to flip up, and just half of the magazine and catalog images are on this side. That. Oh, just have to clean up that edge. Go. Now, I have two. Just have to clean up this edge a little bit and continue to decorate. Thanks for joining me today. Bye for now.